Imagine a garden filled with tall, elegant flowers in soft pinks, bright oranges, pure whites, and deep purples. Their petals curve gracefully, their fragrance is sweet and almost hypnotic, and their presence feels regal. These are lilies, one of the most beloved and recognizable flowers in the world. Today we're diving into the world of lilies, their botanical background, historical uses, symbolism across cultures, and how they've become an iconic part of art, religion, and science. We'll also talk about how lilies grow, why they come in so many varieties, and some lesser known fun facts that may surprise you. The true lily belongs to the genus Lilium and is a member of the Liliaceae family. There are over 100 species of true lilies, and they're native to the temperate regions of the northern hemisphere, especially in Asia, Europe, and North America. But here's the catch. Many flowers that have lily in their name, like daylilies or water lilies, aren't true lilies at all. Only plants in the genus Lilium are considered true lilies. Lilies are perennial plants, which means they return year after year. They grow from bulbs and can range in height from 1 to 8 feet tall. The bulbs store energy underground during the dormant months and push up new stems, leaves, and blooms in the spring and summer. Lilies are known for their trumpet-shaped flowers, which usually bloom in clusters atop tall stems. One of the most fascinating aspects of lilies is their variety. There are 6 main divisions of lilies, including Asiatic lilies, Oriental lilies, trumpet lilies, and martagon lilies. Each group has its own unique traits. Asiatic lilies, for example, are the earliest to bloom and come in a wide array of colors, but they usually don't have a fragrance. Oriental lilies, on the other hand, bloom later and are famous for their large, intensely scented flowers, like the well-known stargazer lily. Let's talk a bit about how lilies are grown. Lilies prefer well-drained soil and lots of sunlight. Planting them in the fall or early spring gives them time to establish their roots. Gardeners often stake tall varieties to keep them upright, especially as the large flowers begin to bloom. And while lilies are stunning, they can also be very delicate. They're vulnerable to pests like aphids and diseases like botrytis, which causes the leaves to spot and wilt. Another interesting point about lilies is their role in pollination. Lilies attract a variety of pollinators, including bees, butterflies, and even hummingbirds. Some species have developed specialized traits to appeal to specific pollinators, like colors that stand out in ultraviolet light or nectar that's only accessible to certain insects. Speaking of pollen, let's talk about lilies' anther. Lilies have large, prominent anthers covered in bright, powdery pollen that makes sure insects, or anything that brushes by, can easily carry it to another flower. This helps with cross-pollination, which strengthens the next generation of lilies. Nature designed these flowers to be bold and generous with their pollen, even if it means a few yellow noses along the way. But not all interaction with lilies are beneficial. While lilies are beautiful to humans, they can be dangerous to animals, especially cats. Even small amounts of lily pollen or water from a vase can cause severe kidney failure in felines. For that reason, many pet owners avoid having lilies indoors. Lilies are also big in the world of horticulture and hybridization. Breeders have created thousands of cultivars with different colors, patterns, heights, and bloom times. Some lilies have speckled petals, double blooms, or even curly petal tips that twist back like a turban. These unique varieties make them a favorite for gardeners and florists alike. Lily of the Valley is a delicate, bell-shaped flower known for its sweet fragrance and quiet beauty. Despite its name, Lily of the Valley is not a true lily. It's actually more closely related to plants like asparagus than it is to lilies, though you probably shouldn't eat it as it is highly toxic if ingested. Another plant that isn't a true lily is the water lily. While they share a similar name and appearance, water lilies belong to the genus Nephia and are aquatic plants that grow from rhizomes, not bulbs. Lilies have played a major role in human culture for thousands of years. They appear in art, literature, and religious traditions all over the world. In literature, lilies appear in William Blake's poem The Lily as a symbol of untainted love, and in Shakespeare's Hamlet, Ophelia mentions lilies as part of her descent into madness. In ancient Greek mythology, the lily was said to have sprung from the milk of Hera, the queen of the gods. In Christian symbolism, the white lily represents purity and is often associated with the Virgin Mary. You'll find white lilies in paintings, sculptures, and stained glass throughout Europe. In ancient Egypt, lilies were linked to fertility and were sometimes included in tombs as symbols of rebirth. Meanwhile, in China, lilies have long been part of wedding ceremonies and are believed to bring good luck and harmony. In fact, the word lily in Chinese sounds similar to a phrase that means happy union for 100 years. Lilies have also made their way into language. To gild the lily means to unnecessarily embellish something that is already beautiful. The expression comes from a misquote of Shakespeare, and it captures the idea of lilies as something naturally elegant. So, what does the lily represent today? For many, it's a symbol of renewal, hope, and grace. You'll find lilies at weddings, funerals, church services, and graduation ceremonies. They're often chosen for their beauty, fragrance, and emotional impact. The white lily in particular has become a universal symbol of remembrance and peace. In addition to their symbolic and ornamental value, lilies have been used in traditional medicine. Various cultures have used parts of the lily plant to treat wounds, burns, or inflammation. In traditional Chinese medicine, lily bulbs have been used to smooth irritated skin and reduce inflammation, often applied as a poultice to minor burns or cuts. Similarly, in parts of Europe, crushed lily petals were once mixed with oils or animal fats to create salves for treating wounds and easing joint pain. However, because many lily species are toxic in certain amounts, modern medical professionals generally advise against using them without proper knowledge or guidance. Let's wrap up with a few fun and interesting facts about lilies. But before we do, thank you so much for watching this video. I'm trying to grow my small channel, so if you're enjoying this video so far, please take a moment to subscribe and hit the notification button so you'll never miss a video. And let me know in the comments below what kind of flowers you have growing around you. Do you have any lilies? Lilies are my favorite flower. I think they are so lovely. I had lilies for my wedding bouquets instead of roses, and I made the bouquets myself. The only thing that I don't like about lilies is the pollen that gets everywhere. And now, on to some fun facts about lilies. Let me know if any of these surprise you. The lily is the birth flower for the month of May, symbolizing humility and devotion. Some lily bulbs are edible and are used in Chinese cuisine, particularly in soups and stir-fry dishes. I used to live in China and I never tried any lily bulbs. I did, however, try lots of unique foods while I was there, including snake, scorpion, silk bug larva, and lots of other things that I can't remember now. The world's tallest lily on record grew over 10 feet tall, almost the height of a basketball hoop. The name lily comes from the Latin word lilium, which is thought to have originated from the even older Greek word lyrion. Lilies have inspired perfumes for centuries. Their fragrance ranges from light and citrusy to deep and spicy, depending on the variety. I love the smell of lilies. What about you? In the language of flowers, there are different colors of lilies for different meanings. White represents purity, orange means confidence, pink stands for admiration, and yellow symbolizes thankfulness. The Madonna lily, Lilium candium, has been cultivated for over 3,000 years and is one of the oldest known cultivated flowers in the world. Lilies are monocots, which means they have parallel veins in their leaves and flower parts in multiples of 3. Lilies are more than just a pretty bloom. They are steeped in history, rich with meaning, and filled with botanical intrigue. From mythology to modern gardens, these flowers continue to capture hearts and inspire art, literature, and celebration. Thank you so much for watching this video and learning all about lilies today. Parents and teachers, if you're interested in educational materials that make learning fun and engaging for students while making prep time easy for you, please click the link in the description to visit my website. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to get messy and make lots of mistakes today. Bye!